All right, let's dive into a really powerful new way of thinking about work and productivity, especially now with AI in the picture. It's called the token economy, and honestly, it might just completely change how you look at your own job.
So let's just jump right in with a question that gets to the absolute heart of this. You've got a human and an AI. The numbers seem pretty stark, right? But as we're going to see, the smartest answer isn't just about picking the cheapest option. It's about thinking strategically. And to answer that question, we first need to get our heads around this new currency of work. It's this universal unit that lets us measure any kind of cognitive job, whether it's done by a person or a machine. And that currency is called the token.
So what is a token, really? Well, the easiest way to think about it is as a single building block of knowledge work. Every word you type in an email, every bit of data in a spreadsheet, it's all tokens. It's finally a way to put a number on intellectual effort.
And here's where it starts to feel real. A normal email? That's about 133 tokens. A 1-hour meeting transcript? That's a whopping 12,000. For the first time, we can actually assign a kind of cognitive weight to all the things we do every day at work.
Okay, so now that we have this unit of measurement, let's apply it. Let's look at the economics of human work versus AI work. And, fair warning, this is where the numbers start to get a little bit crazy. I mean, just look at this side by side. Your typical human knowledge worker produces maybe 100,000 tokens a month. A single AI agent, 10 million. We are not talking about a small improvement here. This is a massive disruption in both the cost and the sheer scale of getting cognitive work done. So let's be super clear. The takeaway here isn't just that AI is a little bit cheaper. For raw brain power, it is orders of magnitude more cost-effective. We're talking 150 to 630 times cheaper. I mean, what does that kind of economic gap even look like in the real world?
Well, this is what it looks like. Let's take customer support. A human agent can handle, say, 330 tickets a month. For about the same cost, an AI agent can blow through over 25,000. The scale of the output, it's just not even in the same league.
But, and this is a huge but, here comes the twist. The solution isn't to just fire all the humans. The real strategy is understanding something much more nuanced. Not all tokens are created equal.
And this right here is the big strategic shift. The game is no longer about just counting tokens. It's about weighing them. The true value of a token isn't just that it was created, but in the complexity, the creativity, and the importance of the work it represents.
This pyramid is basically the roadmap. Down at the bottom, you've got your high-volume, low-value, routine tokens. That's perfect work for an AI. But as you climb up, the tokens get more strategic, more creative, and at the very top, they become transformational. That's where human judgment and experience are everything. So this is the new playbook for any company that wants to thrive. You automate all that routine stuff at the bottom of the pyramid, and in doing so, you free up your people. You elevate them to focus on the high-impact, high-value work at the top. It's not about replacement, it's about elevation.
Now, let's zoom out for a second, because it's really easy to think this is some far-off, futuristic concept. It's not. This token economy is already here, and it's reshaping our world on a massive scale.
The numbers are just mind-boggling. Right now, a single AI system, just ChatGPT, is churning out 100 billion tokens every single day. To put that into perspective, that's the same amount of cognitive work as 21% of the entire US knowledge workforce from one system. And if you look at where this is headed, it's a rocket ship. Within the next couple of years, the total cognitive output from AI is on track to blow past the total output of all human knowledge workers in the US combined. We are right at this historic tipping point. So what this really means is that the core questions for businesses are fundamentally changing. It's no longer about how many people should we hire. The new question is, how many tokens of work do we need to get done, and what's the smartest, most valuable mix of humans and AI to do it? And that brings this whole thing right back down to us, to you and me. If everything you do at your job, every email, every report, every idea is measured in tokens, you have to ask yourself, are you creating the right ones? Are you spending your days creating the high-value, strategic, uniquely human tokens that are going to matter most in this new economy?